Yeah, so I'm just here working on my automatic island, getting some of the tedious work done. But this morning I woke up to a Steam update on Craftopia. Now from the outside this looks like a very small update. Mainly some server fixes which are actually great. This will mean for those of you having problems with excavators or monos dying in pots or anything like that while playing in multiplayer, this fix should solve that. But we also have this one on the bottom down in bug fixes that says, fixed the bug that the boss lizard gunner could be used in buildings such as generator. So of course I hopped straight into creative, spawned the two most important machines we would use with a lizard gunner, then I threw the lizard gunner on the breeding facility, nothing. Then I threw the lizard gunner in the livestock machine, nothing. So then I handed Pocketpair its second L and accepted that the devs are clueless. Like, come on, why? Do they not understand that having a gunpowder farm was just so much better, but still useless? It's a novelty thing. No one is running around with a gunner class, and if they are, they know nothing about enchants. Gunpowder has such little use within the game, yet it's one of the hardest resources to farm. Now, one of gunpowder's biggest uses, of course, is age progression, but nobody is farming captured lizard gunners before the age of fire. Now, the breeder, fine. I almost see why they wanted to get rid of that. I understand that they don't want boss farms to be so easily accessible, but removing the option to use a livestock farm, that's a terrible decision. Once you progress to the point where you can easily farm lizard gunners and, you know, set them up in livestock machines and things like that, you're not doing that for any other reason than to either just mass stock it or because you want to have some fun with the guns. It serves basically no other use. In fact, I actually thought being able to use the lizard gunner in a livestock machine was a really good addition to the game. It just made so much sense. But clearly Pocketpair doesn't agree with that, so they have removed being able to use lizard gunners on livestock machines and breeding farms, as well as the generators as well. Now I really hope this is the start of them balancing things out. Maybe they want to make the guns better, which if that's the case, then yeah, you know, maybe they do need to remove being able to farm bullets that fast if guns are going to become very powerful. But at the output rate of bullets, unless they're going to become one shot, then you're still going to need a lot of bullets. If you have an AR, you don't want the damage to be crazy high, so why not counter that with faster farming bullets? Of course, its current damage is just way too low, but what's the alternative? That they raise the damage but make bullets harder to get? Why would we then use guns still? You're just trading out one problem for another. Gunner classes in this game could be super fun, but it just consumes a bunch of time, resources, and energy. At least being able to be at the point where you're borderline end game, you can then capture a boss and actually have some use out of it. That was a cool feature in my opinion, but what do I know? I think if anything, they should incorporate this kind of thing even more. Why not have more uses out of the captured bosses? It's pretty much an end game feature anyway. Now the only thing I can assume is of course that when Seamless releases, we will no longer be end game. But also, how much are you gonna buff guns to where you think I'm gonna put down my magic class to use a gun? That's just absolutely not going to happen. I do like the idea of higher power guns. For example, like a sniper rifle or something like that. Yeah, that would be very cool. But when it comes to the assault rifle, I don't think it was the damage that needed to be buffed. It was the fact that we need to be able to get enchants and things. So let's just say that's what they're planning. Why make bullets hard to get? Why would I not just use something like magic where I don't need ammo? I don't need to farm additional resources and ammo to just run my class, especially when I'm doing run after run of boss rush or whatever Seamless has to offer. Now sure, you could say that's the same with range. You have to have the arrows and stuff, but you can purchase the arrows, you can set up farms. There's fast ways to be able to obtain pretty much all the arrows in the game. There was a fast way to also obtain bullets, but now there's not. And again, if we're going to go back to high power range weapons, then why would I not just use range where I can have fast producing arrows? I can use venomous arrows to stack venom damage, and I would have a bunch of abilities that allow me to one-shot bosses. They would have to introduce a whole new side of guns to make me switch to guns. Now sure, I might use them for fun, but I'll use anything for fun. And I'm sure people will come up with some cool gunner classes. But will this replace people's mains? I do not know. I don't know their plans with guns. They did say in the seamless Q&A that guns and everything was going to be more balanced. But this doesn't feel the right way to go about it. In fact, people have been talking about Rambo classes for a very long time, but the effort doesn't pay off as a reward. So yes, I do think this is another L for Pocketpair, but let's hope they can turn this back around and show us why they are making this decision. But as I said, there was another fix within the update as well, and that was so that monos would die in pots and excavators would work. Now this mainly affected multiplayer, but I had a lot of people who were unable to use excavators, or their monos just weren't dying, so that was destroying their whole healing setups. It has just been a complete mess. So thankfully you guys should be all good to go now. Your world should be working as expected. Now Pocketpair did have quite a lot to say when it came to the balancing and things like that in their seamless map Q&A. So if you haven't seen that, be sure to check that out. I've done a full breakdown on my channel, and I absolutely welcome balancing. I think balancing is the only way they're ever going to be able to introduce things like PvP. Now I get it, not a lot of people want PvP, but I want PvP for custom games. I want it to be a setting within our creative matches or whatever. Let us get creative with the events. We love doing it, and I think PvP could bring a whole new side of it. So the game absolutely needs balancing. But I can't lie, it was such a relief to have an easy gunpowder farm, especially once you get to endgame and bullets don't really mean anything, or gunpowder doesn't mean anything. Realistically, it's only important up to age progression, so yeah, bit of an L. But as I said, I don't know anything, so let's hope Pocketpair knows exactly what they're doing. Now I know we've been a bit slow on the Craftopia news recently, but there's just nothing happening. They've confirmed that the next big update will be seamless, so we're either waiting for some news on a smaller update, or we're just waiting for more seamless news. I do hope we get some kind of winter update, even if it's just a small one. They said seamless is the next major update, so hopefully that means they're gonna have some kind of smaller updates that aren't just bug fixes in the meantime. But of course, as soon as I hear anything, I will let you guys know. Now I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do drop a like and subscribe. If you want to check out more on this automatic island, I've got 2 parts of building it so far on my channel, but it's part of my Craftopia playthrough. Remember to join the Discord, all the links are down below, but most importantly, enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace!